Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? Edgeman Cinejob coming to you guys here today with another booster box opening. So today we have a box of Return to Ravnica that we're going to be opening on up, and it's brought to you by abugames.com, so please be sure to check them out. Their link is down below where you guys can do so, and you can order up some booster boxes of your own of the other various sets or Return to Ravnica. Also, there's a link down below where you guys can check out all of the booster boxes that I have opened up in the past and the booster boxes that I'm going to open up in the future, so you can use that as a reference as well. So we're going to open up this box, take a look at what we have inside, and we're mainly only going to focus on the rares and the foils. Also, for you guys that want to actually map the set, or at least make an attempt at trying to figure out the pack mapping for it, you can use this box as a reference, as I'm going to be going from left to right with the columns, top to bottom, so you don't have to worry about me doing it out of the packing order or anything like that. So I'm going to start off from the left, go top to bottom, then middle, then right. We have the flyer that comes with the booster box. I'm going to put that off to the side, and we're just going to fly through these as quick as possible. Alright, so our first rare is an Abrupt Decay, and a pretty good one to start off with. Definitely constructed playable for sideboards and stuff. Abrupt Decay is really good. It destroys target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less at an instant speed. We have Sphinx of the Chimes, so more so limited than standard playable or anything like that, but the Sphinx in limited, he's still a 5/6 for 6 mana, aside from his ability, and he has flying, which is good. We have Mana Bloom, so really nice artwork for this card. Actually didn't see too many of those whenever I was playing in the pre-release or anything like that. I think it's the first one that I pulled. This is the second box that we're doing on the channel, so I still haven't pulled one of those yet, so that's the first one. We have a Gerard's Orders. Nice EDH card there. Tutor for EDH, and especially like graveyard-based stuff, like the Mimeoplasm. A Counterflux, so counter all the things, and Counterflux can't be countered by spells or abilities. We have an Assassin token, which is nice. It would be nice to get a Vraska to actually have some use out of that Assassin token. So we have a Havoc Festival. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they lose half of their life rounded up. We have a Hallowed Fountain. Really nice. Shockland for blue and white. Lots of nice stuff in this set. We have a Deadbridge Goliath. So 5/5 for 4 mana. Really nice and limited just to have that huge power on that creature for that amount of mana. And we have a nice and shiny Transguild Promenade. So another Rupture Spire for EDH. But definitely having a shiny one is nice. We have Death's Presence, so whenever a creature we control dies, put X amount of +1/+1 counters on another creature. X is equal to the power of the creature that died. We have Precinct Captain, 2/2 for 2 mana, first strike. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, we get a 1/1 white soldier. And the artwork on that forest, so nice. We have a Righteous Authority, buffing up a creature, letting you draw more things per turn. Lets you draw an additional card at the beginning of your draw step, which is nice. A limited card, definitely really nice and limited. I have to say, all in all, the pre-release for Return to Ravnica was really fun. So we have a Niv Magus Elemental. Exile instants or sorceries that you control and put counters on them. Really interesting card. And that was the first column, so now we're moving into the second column, top to bottom. We have a Ash Zealot. So 2/2 for 2 mana, first strike, haste. Whenever a player casts a spell from a graveyard, Ash Zealot deals 3 damage to them. And we have a nice and shiny Nivix Guildmage. Sweet. Alright, so we have a Collective Blessing, so huge Anthem for Selesnya. Creatures get +3/+3 for 6 mana. Underworld Connections, the Phyrexian Arena on a land, so Enchanted Land has tap, pay 1 life, and draw a card. And we have a shiny Stealer of Secrets. Really cool. The foils look really nice out of this set, too. If I can get it open, I just don't want to damage anything. There we go. We have a Azor's Allocutors, so the filibustering guys that let you win if you have 5 filibuster counters on the Allocutors. It's an interesting card. It's definitely funny. And we have a, oh, so sick, Foil Abrupt Decay. Oh, that is so awesome. Really happy about that. Definitely worth some money there. That is such a sick foil to get. so let's see what else we have. You have a Mizium Mortars, good removal for limited. It's good for constructed as well. It's like semi-good for constructed. The fact that it's a sorcery makes it not as good, but I mean still it's 2 mana, deal 4 damage to a creature. You can get rid of it pretty easy. We have a Carnival Hellsteed. Awesome for limited, first strike, haste, unleash, 5/4 for 6. Could be a 6/5 for 6 with first strike and haste. Alright, so out of this pack we have a Overgrown Tomb, definitely nice to get some shocks. And we have Jace, Architect of Thought. So sick. Such a sick planeswalker. He is really good in control. Wayfaring Temple. So power toughness equal to the amount of creatures you control, and then whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you get to populate. We have a Cyclonic Rift, returning the things back to your opponent's hand, and then the overload cost for 7, just absurd. Being able to return everything your opponent controls, that's a non-land permanent, to their hand. And we have a Nice and Shiny Cancel. Nice. If anything that I'm happy about, it's the shocks, the Jace so far, and the foil Abrupt Decay. And we have 2 packs left in the second column. Alright, so we have a Dreadboard, definitely another really good card. Destroy target creature or planeswalker for 2 mana. I was looking for more of those. And the last pack in the second column here. We'll see. Do we have a foil? No, we don't have a foil out of this one. The Lol Troll, Lotleth Troll, definitely nice. Good and limited, good and constructed as well. Gets to regenerate, he has trample, and you can discard a card and put a +1/+1 counter on him. Just overall really good. So no foil out of this one. Another Hallowed Fountain. So two out of this box. And might as well start putting that over here. And do we have a... Nope, no foil out of this one either. We have a Chromatic Lantern, which is nice. If you get it in limited, it's good because it lets you play more colors or play your colors more efficiently. And if you're doing it in constructed, it makes 4-color and even 5-color builds more viable. We have a Cryptborn Horror. Power and toughness are equal to the amount of counters he has whenever he comes out onto the battlefield, and that is equal to the total amount of life lost by your opponent in a given turn, or in that given turn whenever he comes out. So he gets that permanent amount of counters, and he's just interesting card. He's definitely an interesting card that you could play around like Burn or a lot of haste guys or stuff like that. Definitely embodies Rakdos though. Alright, so we have Volatile Rig. I'm not too huge on this card. 4/4 for 4. More so limited bound than anything, but it has his abilities are really just dependent on luck because you have to flip coins. Oh, this pack just does not want to come apart. There we go. Alright, so out of this one we got a Deathrite Shaman. Good for sideboards. Really nice for sideboards in standard against stuff like zombies. If you're playing green, whenever one of their undying creatures hits the graveyard and its ability is put on the stack, you can use the Shaman's third ability with green, exile target creature from a graveyard. You can exile that creature, which is like Draw's Messenger or something like that. Exile it and you gain 2 life. And we have a shiny Selesnya Sentry. Always nice to get foils. And we have a Utvara Hellkite, so another mythic here, 6/6 for 8 mana flying. Whenever it attacks, or whenever a dragon you control attacks, put a 6/6 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Awesome for EDH tribal dragons. Definitely. We have a foil out of this one. We have a Archon of the Triumvirate. So whenever it attacks, you get to detain up to 2 target non-land permanents an opponent controls. They can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. And we have a shiny Rumbleback Rhino. Or a Rubbleback Rhino, should I say. I always want to say Rumbleback whenever I read that card. A couple more packs left here. Do we have a foil? No foil out of this one. You have a Conjured Currency. And no foil out of this one. We have a Mercurial Chemister. Snapcaster's father. Really, really nice looking card. He's really good in limited. It lets you draw cards for 1 mana and tapping them, and you can discard a card and deal damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to a creature. Foil in this one. Nice. We have a Pack Rat for our rare here. Power and toughness equal to the number of rats you control. And then for 3 mana, discard a card. You can put a token that's a copy of Pack Rat onto the battlefield. And we have a shiny Skyline Predator. Cool foil, definitely. Flash flying creature. 3/4 for 6. Evasion for limited, if anything. 2 packs left here. so out of here we have a Gerard Golgari Lich Lord. Nice, definitely nice. Legendary creature, zombie elf. Working off of some dredge-based tactics. And our last pack here, so we're going to see just what we have inside here. The box has been really awesome so far. The Abrupt Decay, Jace, Architect of Thought, and the 3 shocks so far. Really, really nice. And no foil. And we have a Detention Sphere, so definitely a good rare to end off on. Detention Sphere, 3-cost enchantment, enters the battlefield. You may exile target non-land permanent with that's not named Detention Sphere, and exile all permanents with that same name as the permanent that you're exiling. So it's like an Oblivion Ring, only it just gets rid of everything that you're exiling with the same name, so like tokens or any other multiple copies. So I think overall, really good box. I'm really happy with it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below and leave your feedback. Also, please be sure to check out abugames.com as they're the sponsors of this box. And remember to like and favorite and subscribe for more daily Magic the Gathering content. Until next time, guys, have a wonderful, fun-filled Magic the Gathering day.